of this video is to defeat 20-star Carnage Baal using units who don't have any level equipment. They just have their basic stats, some extracts, and Asagi has some Eclipse power stats, but those won't actually matter much. And I'll also be using buff spells. So Usalia's got 24 million stats here because she's getting 20% from the Foot Soldier squad. As an extra challenge, I'll only be deploying 10 units at a time, though I will be deploying more than 10 units total. Some of them will be just put back into the base panel. And the only item I'll use will be this unopened soda. I will, however, be using a lot of overloads for healing. I'll also be using some DLC abilities. I've recorded this fight, I've streamed this fight previously on Twitch, but when I did so, I had a really poor setup, so the quality was really bad. And so it'll be easier to see what's going on with this re-recording, and also it gives me a chance to explain what's going on. Quickly show that we are on 20 stars. Anyway, attackers, Sage, Usalia, equipment, revenge booster weapons were used to help get them into revenge mode. Also, both of these are int-based weapons. The fact that they use the same stat will matter because it means I only need one buff spell for both of them. Each of them has a professional, so level 100 professional increases critical damage by 100%, and the way it works with professional is it increases the 50% damage bonus from criticals to 150%, so that's where the 100% is applied here. So it's from 1.5 times damage to 2.5 times. That's quite a massive boost. Otherwise, it's movement here. They're going to move far. Ability-wise, similar setups. Both have assault attack. The further they move, the more damage they deal. Rage charge. Their attack adjustment goes up every time they get damaged. They'll be taking a lot of damage just simply entering the map, and I'll be doing that repeatedly. Acceleration shot. The further away an enemy is, the more damage you'll take from them. So I'll be squad attacking the Baals and squad attacking the bits. The ones I attack directly won't be getting, they won't take much extra damage from acceleration shot. The further away ones will be so far away, they'll hit the cap of plus 200% damage. So I need to find ways of dealing more damage to the nearby ones. The Sage will be making some use of Mass Blaster. She'll be targeting 4 enemies, she'll deal 40% more damage. Usalia will make some use of Precious People. That's an extra 20% attack adjustment per adjacent ally. And then both of them have King's Dignity, which is 50% more damage to boss units. Sage has Fly Swatter, which is 100% extra attack when attacking flying units. The bits are flying units. Whereas Usalia has I Won't Lose, which is a common ability for Almaz, which you can spread via the Chara World. Easiest difficulty will do. Anyway, so under 50% HP, deal 40% more damage. Take damage simply entering the map, so under 50% easy. Nirrti is supposed to increase stats every time you evade an attack. For whatever reason, it also triggers when attacked by the base panel attack, which is going to be handy for this setup. Impact charge is this, again, more attack every time you take a non-elemental attack. Again, I'll be attacked a lot just entering the map, this will build quickly. Critical point, which is a common ability for Peta. Again, bias on her, run her through Chara World, easiest difficulty will do, turn it into a scroll. It's 30% more critical damage when to anything I'm not adjacent to. I won't be adjacent to the enemy, so that's everything I'm attacking. And Purgatory is just 50% more critical damage. Also, Usalia's Overload. As well as attacking the entire map, I will be using her Overload for the other effect. She basically gains support attack, which will be useful for building up a chain without needing as many archers. Swatter is going to be used for his ability to make 5 of him, so that I can use him for throwing things around. Protosser means he can throw things, if I don't move him, I can keep throwing things with him. This won't be particularly useful for Zoroark himself, however, it won't be useful for Zoroark himself because without moving him would mean he's on the base panel, and well, that's not terribly useful. I can't pick up and throw while on the base panel, at least not with the actual throw. Montos can do that, but he's not a monster. However, wherever his clones spawn counts as where they start. So his clones won't spawn on the base panel, and so as long as they are wherever they spawned, they can keep throwing things. And this will be used for throwing the Sage and Usalia further away from the enemies so that they can move further with assault to build up assault attack. Technically there's a glitch I could use to get to 200% anyway, but it's more fun to do it this way. Curse Dance. All allies will deal 3% more damage to enemies. When Zoroark clones himself, all the clones have this as well, and it stacks. Vacuum Lift is used so that Zoroark can pick things up from further away, and this will be needed because some of the Geo panels are hard to reach because they're blocked off by the Geo panels. Dark Song. The enemies on the map are immune to stat debuffs, but this is being used to increase our stats because two of the enemies have Evil Eye, which is 5% stat debuff to all of us, and two of them is minus 10%, well, 5 copies of Dark Song is plus 10%, so that cancels it out. I won't be making use of these. Equipment-wise, movement gear, including axle gear so we can teleport. Monsters are just going to be used for movement so that I can throw things at them, bounce it off with the receive mechanic and move them again. This will be used for getting clear panels where I want them, SOQ symbols where I want them. Also, Indomitable Spread, so I can fully heal allies with their overload. This will be used so that the Sage and Usalia can leave the panel additional times and take more hits. Now, his unique ability is poorly phrased. So what this actually does, allies within 3 panels deal 20% more damage, enemies within 3 panels take 20% more, and if an ally attacks within 3 panels, attacks an enemy within 3 panels, these stack and it's 40% more. So this is for dealing more damage and dealing a little more damage to the nearby enemies, because I need to make up for the fact that they aren't taking as much extra damage from Acceleration Shot. Angel Song, adjacent allies gain a 25% attack adjustment boost. Curse Dance, again, everyone deals more damage. And that's all I need him for. And equipment, movement gear again. Christo, movement gear. Adjacent allies have 100% accuracy. I could use this overload for this instead, but I won't. Basically, I don't want to miss. Also, 20% of his int is sort of invisibly added to adjacent allies for damage calculations, regardless of which attack stat they're actually using. Because the attackers are going to have int-based weapons, I can buff the int on all of them at once, and that'll be useful because Christo will lend more stats to us up to the allies. This also ignores the stat cap, by the way. Angel Song again, Curse Dance again. Got a Professor, movement gear again. Medical Insertion, though support spells have doubled effect. In this case, it'll be used for buff spells. Normally, a +9 buff spell is only a 50% buff, so a 75% buff, I mean. However, at +4 or higher, which is what it takes for 50%, this will double it to 100%, which is as much as you can get off a buff. Ankle Song, again, same thing. Curse Dance, same as before, and not making use of any of the rest of that. Equipment. Maid has movement gear again. Ability, efficient work, So she can use an item and still take her turn. So she'll be using this to use afternoon tea and still use an item. Angel Song, Quest Dance, same as before. Candle for an arm allows you to use items from further away. I don't need it for this, but I've got it on there anyway. Port 1, Licensed Caregiver. Items are used in a plus shape on 5 units at once instead of a single unit, so I can heal the SP for multiple units at once with a single item, which is what is needed here. And then a bunch of archers. I'll only need 4 of them out. Well, 4 of them will be using their overloads, only 3 of them will likely be doing anything else. They've all got guns, there is a reason for the guns, all have movement here. And the reason for the guns, bullet set. When they attack twice, if they have a gun equipped. There are other ways of setting this up. There's a unique innocent that does the same thing. This is just an easy way of getting them to double attack. And by having them attack twice, it builds up the combo chain faster, so I don't use many of them. Flying bullets, really poorly phrased. So what this does is, normally guns only shoot in a straight line. This allows them to shoot anywhere within their range. Curse Dance, same as before. Support attack, so when an ally attacks, if the unit with support attack is within range, they do a follow-up attack, which helps build up the combo chain. I think they can only do 3 support attacks each. Usalia's Overload will also do the same thing. So this will build our chain to 20 or higher for the triple damage bonus. The only other thing... I have a curry active, which is giving everyone an extra 2 billion hit points, which is the most you can get from a curry. This map will deal 2 billion damage when you enter, so 2 billion is what it takes to survive entering. So yeah, a 2 billion hit point curry takes 1 Carnage Elixir in the main slot, 1 in each of the sub-slots, so another 2, and 182 extras in other. So in total, this is 185 Carnage Elixirs. So farming all these takes a while and is the slowest part of this entire setup. But since it allows anyone to survive entering the map, except Metalia, because her unique ability interacts weirdly with the base spell attacks, the 2 billion HP allows me to enter the map safely. So let's do this. I have completed this map multiple times before. This is just reloading an old file. So, geo panels, different colours, all of them have an attack boost symbol on them, an enemy boost symbol, an SP heal. I'll be trying to get the attack boost symbols onto the green because that's where I'll be attacking from. I want to get rid of this enemy boost symbol because these are the enemies I'll be attacking and I want them to take a bit more damage. Assault attack will cause everyone else to take so much more damage anyway that I'm not that worried. Protecting from here because this bit takes reduced damage if I attack from far away, so I'll be attacking from nearby. All the Baals have an ability similar to this. I can't damage the bits until I defeat the Baals. They will also all attack me as soon as they come out of the base panel. And they all deal extra damage and take less damage based on how high the enemy difficulty is. So at 20 stars, they deal a bit more damage, which I'm not worried about. I'm not going to let them attack me other than when they enter the map. And also, this doesn't affect the map entering damage. And they'll take less, which matters a bit, but I'm going to be finding ways of dealing a little damage anyway. Also, the bits have unique instances on their equipment that reduce the damage they take, but again, I will be stacking loads of ways of dealing damage. Overload. I'm going to be leaving this one where he is. This one. And pick that up. this one
See.
can pick
So
that
good at.
up. I'm going to try and get the defense minus 100% panels, so symbols, onto here, so that they effectively have no defense or resistance in terms of damage calcs, which again helps me deal more damage to them. And I'll be disposing of this so that they don't have a boost from that. Oops, I moved somewhere I didn't mean to move. Come on. Yeah, I moved somewhere I didn't mean to move. Yeah, so he wants to stay there. He wants to pick that one up. And now it is time to throw it. So it doesn't actually matter which monsters I'm using here. 5 throw range, which for monsters is just how far it bounces off their head, is sufficient for this. I know I can make this work with these, so I'm just using these. So I have to be a bit careful how I do this. I can move him out of the way temporarily, but I can move him back afterwards, and it won't. Like, as long as I move him back afterwards without him doing anything else, it doesn't count as him having let me move. Okay, so when I throw this, it'll bounce off this one's head, bounce onto this one's head, into this one, and bounce over. So this uses up the turn for the clone, but doesn't use up the turn for the monsters. I have to be a tiny bit careful not to accidentally destroy any symbols. I've done this numerous times, but I'm not terribly consistent in where I'm throwing things, so you do have to be a little careful. Okay, that's most of the stuff thrown. The final one that needs throwing, oh, I can move him back now, is over here. This one doesn't need bouncing around, it's going to be thrown straight onto here. So let's gather all these back. Let's move them out of the way a bit. Now it's time to save Usalia to take a heal. Back. They take more damage. Come back. You can do it. I won't be using. So they're just coming to heal and will be sent back again. Now, Mao's job, other than just simply being there, is lift this up, and there goes the enemy boost symbol. Bristow can come out and stand here. Out come the maid and the professor. Yeah, that's 200% rage charge, 200% impact charge. Move the professor over here. Move the maid back to the base panel so she technically hasn't moved yet. Unopened soda. And this is where her unique ability comes into effect. Okay. Professor can come over here. I'll move the maid out of the way for a minute, but I'll cancel her movement afterwards. So Usalia can end up here. That's 12 panels moved, but she has 16 movement, so I can get a bit more out of her. There we go. That's 16 panels moved, which is a bit better. And because the clone is where it started, you can continue to do that. So, Sage can reach here. But Sage, what I'm actually going to do is lift, so as far as possible. Then move to here. Cancel the maid's movement. Maid is T. And now the Sage has moved 19 panels. So I could get the full 200% by using a glitch with Assault Attack. Especially as I'm already using something kind of glitchy with Nirrti, but yeah, I just feel like doing it this way. Gives me a chance to use some abilities that I normally don't use. Okay. The maid moves over here. Now the Zeroken can finally do that. So plus 200% attack, minus 100% defense, no enemy boost here. all deployment slots used. Let's turn ally effects on, fast forward off. So I've got 160% damage from assault attack, maxed rage charge, maxed impact charge, 3 units giving Angel Song, 3 boosts from Treacherous People, some extra stat, so Christo's lending some of his int towards Usalia's damage, 100% accuracy because of Christo, maximum stats from Nirrti, Dark Song cancelling out Evil Eye. I would take more damage from Cursed Dance, except I'm not going to get attacked. Extra damage from being at low HP with I Won't Lose. Extra damage because of being near Mal. Baal's going to take extra damage from my Cursed Dance, and this one will take more damage from Line of Experiment. Sage, similar situation, except 190% from Assault Attack, and she doesn't have Precious People. Although she'll deal extra damage because of Mass Blaster. Anyway, so... Magic Boost on Christo, Sage, and Usalia. Q and attack. Q and attack. Attack. Overload. This tiny bit of damage isn't actually going to help me. So Usalia will also join in with support attacks. Squad attack, queued onto Baal. 735% attack adjustment. So this Baal has 99% defense adjustment, the rest have 50% because of the enemy boosts. 36% more damage to this Baal, 73% towards the rest. So I've actually got a lot more, my damage boosts are actually a lot higher than that, but Baal takes drastically reduced damage from being in revenge mode, and from the ability that makes him take less damage when the Key Chop stars are higher. So yeah, also he resists all elements and he resists all weapons. So yeah, he's got a lot of damage reduction. Sage, squad attack onto Baalbit. That's 750% attack adjustment. Again, minus 99% defense adjustment on one, 50% on the rest. The damage adjustment doesn't show anything because units that are immune to damage don't show a damage adjustment. And because the Baals are still alive at this point, this is immune to damage until the Baals die. But by the time this squad tech goes off, the Baals will be dead. So Dark's attack. Usalia is also going to hit here and deal some damage. In fact, Usalia is actually going to deal a few billion damage, but I think she'll deal about 30 billion by the time this is done. I only have to deal 100 billion damage to everything, so yeah. I don't even need the 30 billion that Asagi is going to deal, but it helps. It's nice anyway. Here comes squad attack. Reminder, I need to deal 100 billion to everything. And that's 110 billion to that Baal, and 530 billion total, so yeah, they're all relatively dead. Now Sage does her squad attack. So we're 565 billion at this point. About 700 billion total, and well over 100 billion to that bit. Sage unfortunately dies because all the bits have an effect that have an ability that kills whoever kills them. So yeah. that's over 1 trillion damage dealt in that one combo. Everything dies in one turn, well, all the bosses. I don't have to kill the rest of the enemies to beat this map. So yeah, I won. And this is without any leveled equipment, and this was on 20 stars. Naturally, MVP is Usalia here. The two archers are the runners-up because, well, the Sage just got killed. And so for doing that, we get Great Ballhorn. Which is, well, a sword with high stats and everything. The attack's actually quite low for a Carnage rank 40, but considering everything else is really high, this is basically a Carnage Torpedohedron as a weapon with the range of a bow. So yeah, this is a pretty ridiculous weapon. Shame it's a reward for the hardest enemy in the game. You know, I just beat the hardest enemy in the game. What do I need if I need this weapon for anymore? Yeah, so that's 20-star Carnage Baal without leveled equipment. Hope you enjoyed.